Okay. Wow. Yeah. This was a thing. Yeah, trying to get all this together, but we are here finally. So yeah, we got a little intro. So I also got Patrick here. He's here. Mhm.
Hi guys.
Oops. More sound issues. Okay, I think I got it now. I think I got it now. We got it?
I think we got it.
Thank God. I got myself a beverage. I hope you guys got a beverage too. And we're gonna see how much of this we can cover. We might have to do a part two, but yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of Little Girls World since they are on the bottom level. There's levels to this, so yeah. Um, let's roll our intro here.
This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. 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 This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. This is a public service announcement.
Take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. Take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland.
Ooh, Wonderland.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. This is a public service announcement. Please stand by. 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 Please stand by.
Word of warning. You remember my last streams where I said I have barking cats? Well, tonight Frank is being a barking cat, not knowing, which is surprising, but he might decide to chime in. So, yes, welcome. Let me get Carl Sagan off the screen here. So, yes, we had some audio issues, but that happens. So, yay. Alrighty. Get this off the screen. So, tonight we're going to be reacting to basically Unfiltered, Little Girls World. Remember, I call them Little Girls World, which, oh boy, we had some things come up with Little Girls World this week. Turns out Remi, one of our little girls, accidentally posted a link to, how do I say this? So, when people we talk a lot about businessy things over here. So, how influencers, they'll do like sponsored posts and things like that. Well, she accidentally posted a link to where, a lot of these, companies and stuff, there's websites, which this has become its own business, actually, is having other businesses or like apps or applications or it's kind of like how there's payroll companies. Well, now there's companies that are specially made like for contracts and things for influencers. It's its whole industry now. So it was like it's like one of those applications where it would have all that info in there. It would have the contract. It would lay out, like what she's going to be posting and where, and even places for her to, and it had the dollar amount that she makes, which I'm not going to go repeating that over here because, I don't know if that's against TOS or something. And it doesn't really matter how much she was making, but it was a good amount of money. And there were some people who were kind of upset at the fact that they can't get their student loans repaid. But here is our girl Remi. It was a good amount of money. It was a good chunk of money. And I've talked about over here on this channel too, how it came out during the panini. I can't really say the other word. We have to use YouTube language over here. I do have beverage though, so if you got yourself a bevy, get yourself a bevy. I'm gonna take a sip of my bevy. Actually, you got yourself a bevy, Patrick?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Okay. So, she ended up taking some PPP loans for her business, and as we all know, influencers, they all work from home. Like, she's a YouTuber, and when people found this out, they were upset about it. And I get it because there were a lot of businesses, restaurants particularly, that during that time had to close their doors because they couldn't actually get the PPP loans. It was on a first come, first serve basis. And a lot of what happened was a lot of the banks during this time that were doing the PPP loans, they weren't really making a lot of money off of doing these PPP loans. And they would make more money taking on bigger accounts. And then if you had a relationship with the bank, or if you had a really good accountant or business manager, they knew how to get your applications in and stuff like that for the PPP loan, so you were at the top of the stack. You might be able to go into a little bit more about this, Patrick, about remember during that time, like with the PPP loans, we were finding out from some people that these bigger companies, I'm trying to remember some of them, that they shouldn't even really have been taking PPP loans.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically which businesses were taking them, but you're right. There were businesses that didn't need to take them to afford to stay open and things like that, but because they were available, they took advantage and got the money anyways.
Right. Yeah. So I'm sure if I could bring it up, it'd be a whole list. But let's see. I don't know if I can show the volume on these, but this was just like, here's someone who was upset on, TikTok here, who was upset that, they saw that they can't get their student loans forgiven. And here she is with this huge dollar amount. And let's see. Let me find another. And they can't, it goes back to me talking about the relatability aspect of this. Look, here's this guy. Yeah. Yeah. I've been kind of harping on Remi and Alisha for a while that they needed to be careful. They needed to stop really chasing this whole celebrity lifestyle, which is all going to be imploding over the next year. I'm the devil, I know. I know what's coming for them. What is it, the year of the snake, Patrick? Is that what it is?
It is the year of the snake, and you notice if you take your cursor off of that thing, see, this guy, he's just trying to find out which pharmacy people go to, and he's seeing how much money Remi makes. Like,
yeah. While I'm over asking, yeah. Yeah, those are like the little, like, I don't know how TikTok does this, but these little, like, tag things and stuff, that come up over here. But yeah, there's people who can't afford to pay for prescriptions. And the other thing too is also after the LA fires, this coming out is not good. It's bad. It's so bad.
It would have been bad before or without the LA fires. It's just way worse now with what people are dealing with. And then you see, oh, she's got this deal where she does this little bit of work and makes really good money.
Right. Like, there's some people who don't make that amount of money in a year. Like,
Fact.
It's a fact. And it can be frustrating when you got to know who you're talking to. I keep saying this. You need to know who you're talking to. And there's a lot of influencers who don't understand, like, this is your audience. And you need to think about them as human beings and people out here. And also, too, here's the other thing that Remi and Alisha really need to think about is Pacific Palisades is where that town was wiped out. We've talked about that on my channel. It was wiped out. Because of the way that YouTube videos are served up, and I'm not sure about TikTok because it's hard to find their information because it's like a Chinese app and stuff. And I've done a lot of research on the Google's algorithms and things like that and how the AI works over there on that end. But a lot of their audience is in their same region, in the Pacific Palisades. If you're outside of California or SoCal or whatever, not in this, like, you understand the entertainment world or LA and all that, Pacific Palisades was really a lot of it's not working class, but in the entertainment industry, in the music industry, in the influencer industry, in the industry in LA, a lot of the normal middle class people were living in the Palisades. We even recently watched a movie where it's called The Muse. We watched this movie called The Muse. It's really good. It's from 1999. Mel Brooks, very funny. So highly recommend. Kind of goes with what we're going to be talking about on my channel as we move forward with the Lana Del Rey type moment. But yeah, where was I at?
You were talking about the working class people of like the Palisades.
Yes.
Like, and they're higher level than your traditional working class.
Right.
But they're the working class of the industry.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, in the movie, they showed the writer for the movie, which is the working class of that industry, driving into Pacific Palisades. It even showed the sign, "Welcome to Pacific Palisades." It was like, and that was from 1999.
Yeah.
So, like, the working class, that is their area. Side note, too, Native Americans, they called that area the Land of Fire. You need to listen to people who have lived in areas for thousands of years. They know it. So, yeah. So that happened with that. And some people were upset about it. And then they're going to the Grammys. And it just, I don't know, with the consumerism, the shopping, the Birkins. You know how I feel about the Birkins. I know, I feel like I've been kind of mean about the Birkins. Maybe I'll make myself a PNG and I can stick it like right here. And it can be of like a Birkin or something. But yeah, yeah, you know how I feel about that. I was going to be getting a purse for Christmas because Patrick gave me money, but now I'm not going to because, well, I thought it was better for some people to be able to defend their homes, you know. That's just the kind of person I am. So, yeah. Let's get into this. Do I want to put it in 2 times speed? Let's just keep it at normal for now. Where is the volume on this?
When it comes to things happening in the world. Side
Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if it'll go back.
Essentially.
There we go. Sorry about that. That happens. We want the beginning. Yes. How cute the puppies. All right. So I think I got this. I think we'll be able to control this. Yes. Okay. And if we have any goof ups, well,
Figure it out.
it happens. It happens, especially over here. But you know, we're kind of like that meme of the golden retriever and the outfit going, I don't know what I'm doing. That's kind of like the story of my life, but I think it's kind of fun too. So yeah. Oh, and our little girls, they're going to the Grammys. They're going to the Grammys tomorrow. Don't go to any after parties. Don't go to any Grammy after parties. Don't go to any party just go to the Grammys. Don't go, okay? Stay away from the Chateau Marmont as well, okay? And if someone tells you they're the devil and it's not me, they don't know what they're talking about, and I'm going to be schooling them very soon. Very soon. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's react to this. So yeah, basically Unfiltered. Take it away.
Look at that.
The dog whisperer.
Don't do that. Then Rosie's going to come to you.
Chloe, please. Thank you. It's okay, just gotta let her.
Good doggy.
Aww.
She just got her hair done.
You can come here if you want.
What's her full name?
Coco.
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 Oh,
Coco
man.
Chanel.
Coco.
Coco
Coco
Chanel.
Chanel.
I brought this up last night, but we haven't seen each other in over a month.
Okay, I'm trying to get the tab thing to.
It
Okay,
didn't.
there we go.
Before Christmas.
It
Yeah,
was
no,
before
you're right.
Christmas.
Oh my
Our
God.
Christmas exchange, I think,
Isn't
right?
that insane?
I
Yeah.
love my back.
Wait a minute. They just had the fires, so it's like, wait, what? Like,
That
They-
means they weren't with each other while they were, monitoring the fires and trying to stay safe.
don't they live by each other? And I thought they would have like all sheltered together or something. Like this could have been a real like trauma bonding type moment. I don't know. The dogs are really cute. Did you love how she just had Chloe come over and then like, okay, Chloe, we're done. I just wanted to take the 2 dogs away from Alisha because she had all the attention right now. I don't know. I'm just being snarky.
I thought it was awesome how Zane was like, you can come over here if you want. And the dog was like, yeah, I don't want. I'm just going to lay down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vacuum sealer. I already texted you.
Yeah.
I was gonna make
Good,
you a
good.
thank you card and vacuum sealer for you. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's funny.
I love it. I
Good,
use it for
good.
everything, you guys.
Damn.
Do you guys use your gifts? I'm just kidding.
You didn't see mine?
She would be excited.
Mine is in the
about
garage
that.
still.
All of it? Wait,
What?
did the lanyard last? Did it break?
It
You were-
lasted.
You were whipping that thing
It
around.
lasted, but when it was done, I just tossed it with the
He just tossed it. It's a lanyard. What do you mean? Like it's not like a one-use item. Like you could reuse that.
lanyard. One time you snow.
There were so many more.
Reusable.
Yeah, you just put it on a different one.
I thought it was a one time use.
You said,
But no, I have a couple more, so I'll make sure
Wow.
not to.
That just really shows like how much he really gave a shit about that, right? Like that just shows how much you actually gave a shit. I love my pause game, right? Pause game on fleek, yo. But yeah, that just really shows like do better. And doesn't he kind of look like what is Ash from Pokemon?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! You look like you gotta catch them all.
If he was clean shaven right there, he would be Ash.
Oh my god, blonde! Wow, where's Pikachu? That Heath could be Pikachu. Oh my god, he does. Did you act? I hope he planned that out because this is like when people wear tan and red and look like they're working at Target.
This is Zane. He couldn't have planned out something that cool.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh boy. I love that for you.
To toss those out.
Okay, good.
But I also haven't needed to use my ball cream yet, so I'll make sure to get into that when I
What? His what? Oh gosh. Oh my Jesus. We're on YouTube, man. Keep it clean, man. I don't know. It just
when I need it.
You haven't needed it?
Haven't needed that ball cream yet. No, I have. Well, that's like going to be my.
You can't use that ointment and the ball cream at the same time.
Exactly,
Right?
and it's also like I've made that also my evacuation kit too. So in case that I need to like escape, that's like, oh, I have the Alisha evacuation kit that she already made.
The go
me.
bag
He's
is
just saying
ball
that.
cream.
Exactly.
Dude,
Trying to save himself at this point.
Dude's just saying that because he actually didn't give a shit. He didn't even take it inside.
He has to now go retrieve it from the garbage can.
Why couldn't you just pretend like, I was gonna just say, why couldn't you have just lied? But like, I don't think he's good at that.
No.
And people want to ship these two and say they're dating. Do you see that? Do you get dating vibes from this, Patrick? Because I don't. I don't.
So not in this moment, but sometimes yes, I do definitely get dating vibes. Not
I
right
don't.
Now, but there are times.
I don't. I get like, yeah, no. I just don't.
And vape lanyards.
Essentials what I have in there. Just my clothes. I put that box in there and we're good to go.
No
All the
clothes, just
important
ball
stuff.
cream.
That's it. Just ball cream.
Ew.
What else was in there? It was I
Your
have my
book, your
my
study
reading
book.
book. I can read.
Study book.
Your the hat. What was it? It was
Small dick, big dreams.
That's
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
And
Which
there
I
What? Remi, I am streaming here. She meant as in like the food dish, you know? How they make it with sausage and, you know, like potatoes and things in the UK. It's like a UK culinary dish.
Definitely. We're gonna go
Definitely
with
a
that.
culinary dish we're talking about here.
Right.
Right? What do they call that?
Frankenwieners.
Yeah. Spotted dick.
Right.
You know, that's also another name for Richard.
It is.
It is. Richard? Yeah.
Yep. Well.
Yeah.
I think.
Or a detective.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a name. Yeah. It's a name. Keep going.
Goodbye. And
There
then
was
you should know.
Actually, you
hangover
should know.
pills. I think there were like.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we had
What?
like ways to stop vaping.
but nail biting.
The nail biting. You haven't tried that, have you?
I haven't tried that yet. I'm taking my time with that one.
Okay, yeah.
as is.
yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I do think I could have done a better gift. I didn't realize everyone was doing like good ones.
It was great.
I just thought we were all doing funny, haha, gag gifts.
go.
And
I liked the range. I did.
Yeah, no, it was. I thought it was fine. Everything is just like a
I-
gift.
It really
so.
broke it apart and made it different, you know?
Mine being last made it way worse.
Yeah.
In the middle to break it up, yeah. The last, I was like, oh.
I'd like to say mine was the heaviest.
It was.
So I feel good about that.
I didn't know
Means
that was
nothing. That means absolutely
competition.
nothing.
I don't know. Apparently it was. Everybody was giving nice gifts. I thought mine was a gag gift though, but it was actually a nice
It
gift.
was
yeah.
really
Wow.
Most
sweet.
people
love
ask for
her.
like a price limit on like a Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Do you guys all remember? Okay, Patrick doesn't know this story. So a couple of years ago, the influencers, they all used to do like influencer get together, like Secret Santa, White Elephant, you know, the one where you steal. They do the influencer Christmas party, right? With Joey Graceffa and Colleen and Trisha showed up. And I think JoJo Siwa was there. Well, Trisha brought an iPad and there was like a $50 limit. I think somebody brought an iPad and then someone also brought a Balenciaga sweater. I don't know, but like people kept trying to steal the iPad. And then I remember like Laura Lee got the iPad and she gave it away to one of her subscribers and everybody was all like, it was divided. The whole like Twitter it was divided. It was, you either thought it was so nice that Laura Lee gave this iPad to someone who couldn't afford one, or you were so mad because that's not what that gift was for. And Trisha didn't buy it for that reason.
What do they call that when you do the Christmas that you steal gifts? The white elephant is when you give away gag gifts. What is it called when you can steal gifts?
I forget.
I
There's
don't
a
remember.
name.
There is. I just don't remember it.
I don't.
Yeah. No.
On the playback. If anybody's on the playback, let us know.
Right?
Let us know. Okay, keep going, Heath.
Not.
Oh, weight limit.
Yeah. So for these presents, are we
what?
thinking like under 5 pounds, under 10 pounds?
Wait, what? What?
A weight limit to the gifts, because he was talking about his gift being the heaviest.
Yeah, why? Why was she saying?
Or like a price limit on like a Secret Santa?
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, weight limit.
Yeah. So for these presents, are we thinking like?
Why are you mentioning that randomly? Like he's talking about price limit, and you go, "Oh, weight limit." Like,
She's circling back to the fact that Zane mentioned that his gift was the heaviest.
I guess, but like she tries to make things about looks sometimes and be like sneaky on the side.
Okay.
That's one. Well, you've picked up on that when we
Sometimes,
watch
yeah.
vlogs, so that is something. Because there's things you've caught that I never caught, so I was like, yeah.
She can be shady.
Yeah, but sometimes they suck at their shade. They really do. Okay, keep going.
Like under 5 pounds, under 10 pounds. Because mine's like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's fun. Okay, next time we should try to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Something oddly
weight-
specific.
weight
yeah,
limit?
just like a
They
weight
would do
limit. Like
that.
that's
That's funny.
funny.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it says it on if you're getting a gift from
Yeah.
Amazon, it would
Yeah.
say the weight. The
Like,
weight.
it's
on
got to
there,
be
right?
75 pounds.
Or like if you're gonna give like mini shooters or like something like that, but you have to make it be the weight, so it's just like a ton or something.
Ah.
That'd be funny.
I get you one of those tungsten squares. Have you seen those?
No, what is that?
She
It's
would
like
bring up
it's
shooters as a gift idea, because and every opportunity to have another little.
Right, like they also posted like memes of her Remi doing the splits and Alisha running around when she's drunk from the group or something like that. Like
She's
which
a runner.
she's a runner, which it's not cute, it's not funny. And we've established this, it's not good. It's not a look. It's bad. Continue.
literally just a metal square, but the material it's made out of is so heavy that this little cube, like this big, weighs like 100 pounds.
Yeah, that's-
They're insane.
Oh wait, what? Did we see one at that one house we were at a long time
yes,
ago?
and you can't pick it up with one hand. It's so heavy.
Well, yeah, that's physics.
100 pounds. If you can't grip 100 pounds with one hand, you can't pick it up with one hand.
Yeah, that's physics, man. That's how that works. I mean, physics. It's science. And they're all like mind blown by they're like, wow, man. It weighs 100 pounds in this like little square. Like, I should be the one tripping out on that. I get it.
See, when you start talking science, so you're using big words for them.
Yeah, apparently. Maybe basically Unfiltered needs to take a science class.
Well, imagine 100 pounds in
It's
one.
they're insanely expensive though. I don't know why, but it's just a giant chunk of heavy metal.
It's
Well, yeah,
art.
because it's
It is.
You know,
It's
it kind of
tungsten.
is art.
Yeah.
And then you can interpret it for like what you think it means of like the strength you need. Maybe you need others to help you lift
Right.
it.
Something you think it's
Something
it's
deep.
small, but there's a
to
lot.
release the things that are weighing you down.
No, you guys suck at this.
You're reaching.
You're reaching, and not for the stars.
It's like a deep meaning. I
Yes,
love it.
exactly.
How was everybody's holidays?
Really,
Really nice.
really nice.
Good.
I really
Guys?
enjoyed the vacation. It was good to be
Yep.
away, see the family.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But I was itching to get back in here, you know? I was itching for
He needs that.
Ball cream.
I was gonna say that moolah, that those monies. He needs some monies.
I thought the itching was something else.
He needs monies.
it.
Should have used the cream.
Should have used my
Good.
ball cream.
Okay, shall we do it? Just
Yep.
intro and
Go for
Get
it.
rock-
Get into it.
hit it.
Why do they do that?
I'm Heath. I'm Remi. I'm Alisha.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
We wanted to start off the episode by saying thank you guys so much for checking in on us throughout
Yes.
all the fires going on in
Yes.
LA. We appreciated it so much. It meant
And again, to anybody who's listening to this, who was affected by this, and thinking about you, this is really, from what I've seen online, it's very traumatic what happened. It is a major life change what a lot of these people are going to go through. And yeah, we're going to talk more about it as we react to them, because I have some things to say in response to some of the things they say. Raw.
so much to us that you guys were constantly reaching out. Also, thank you for giving us the grace and understanding that we needed to take last week off just because of our situation. Some of us had
Totally.
evacuated, some of us were in warning zones, and we definitely were unsure and didn't feel safe leaving our houses to come
Yeah.
record. So we really appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for being patient with us.
being patient, giving us the grace. We also wanted to
Yes.
say, you know, a lot of people have been affected by the fires, the devastating fires that happened in LA. Also, we want to say thank you so much to all the firefighters and first responders for risking their lives to save LA.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Like I talked to like a few firefighters, and it was like day 4 of it.
Yeah, they do amazing what they do, and you know, like they get paid like what Remi gets paid for, maybe like 6 or I'd probably like 6, 7, 8 Instagram of those Instagram posts. Like what she gets paid for 8 Instagram posts is what they make in a year. Risking their lives. Also saving people's lives too, because those everybody who's a firefighter is also trained as an EMT so that they can work on the ambulance, and a lot of them go on to be fire medics, so they're paramedics as well. So like, and they ain't making jack. It's really sad, and then that's why it's like it's hard for some people to see when. Like I said, like when that gets posted and we find out, you know, Remi's making that amount of money, it screams unrelatable, especially when you guys are going to the Grammys and stuff too, on the heels of all this. It just YouTube was never meant to make you guys celebrities, you know, or to make celebrities. It was for people to share videos. That's all it was for. And somehow people have made it into something to attain celebrityism or fame. And a lot of what you guys think fame is out of like Hollywood, that all these influencers, I feel like, are trying to imitate, you know, fame on like here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're imitating what they've seen on TV and in movies and magazines growing up. And it's a fake ass industry. It's not real. And it's not a safe industry to actually be in. It's actually really dark, and a lot of people like them get buried in it.
He's like, I've gotten 8 hours of sleep in the last 4 days. Like they have been up nonstop, like sleeping out there, like just constantly. So yeah, thank you guys.
And also all the help that came from other states, other countries. That was
Mexico,
amazing.
Canada.
And
Mexico and Canada, they came to help.
Which, side note, you guys know Foodie Beauty? When the fires happened, Foodie Beauty was on a stream, and she said that we're welcome for the planes that they sent over from Canada to put out the fires. You know how she thinks she's like queen of the world or whatever, and everything revolves around her? Well, she says we're welcome for the planes to put out the fire.
She doesn't even live in Canada anymore.
I know, she lives in Kuwait now, but like she goes, you're welcome. And why don't you have your own planes? Which I agree with that. Like, why doesn't California have their own planes if that's such a big deal?
We had our own planes. They just weren't that large, and so the wind affected them a lot more.
Yeah, but I mean, these are different. These are these huge carrier planes, and only Canada has them.
Yeah.
that was incredible. And you know, it's a long journey. That like there's so much devastation. They're gonna take a long time to rebuild. So anything will help the city. So we'll leave like resources, donation links in the description box below. Just if you guys can help, you can donate there.
Yeah, I've seen online a lot of people saying that specifically helping individuals who have been affected, their specific GoFundMe's is the best way to support them. So we'll leave a list of a bunch of people's GoFundMe's, the LAFD.
One side note, and I'd look into this. I'm hearing that might affect some people's FEMA, like their ability to get FEMA aid or something. I'm just really curious about all that and how all that's gonna work out, because back when they had Hurricane Katrina, I remember the FEMA response was not really that great, and it took them a long time to get aid.
So what is it that you're thinking will impact their FEMA?
The GoFundMe's.
Yeah, that could, because then FEMA will evaluate that they've already received X amount of dollars, and that will minimize the amount of help that FEMA feels they are still in need of.
Right, exactly. Like your income and stuff, because they're gonna base it all like income based and stuff, right? Is that how that works?
Income, it's really more about your ability to pay for things. So kind of like college, they ask you questions about your income because they want to know how much you can afford to pay for this thing. Well, so FEMA's going to evaluate each person individually, and well, how much can you afford to pay for this stuff yourself? And the less money you have or received, the more aid you'll get. But if people are getting a lot of money through GoFundMe's, that could minimize the amount of help they get from FEMA, because FEMA will deem them having already received aid.
Yeah, isn't that interesting how all that works? So it's just like you got to really look into it. You really got to look into things before you go and set up accounts like that, because I've heard of people doing things like that and then getting screwed later on, and it's a problem.
All those things, so you guys can donate if you can, and we'll leave also some like drives. There's a lot of drives and donation drives going on in LA, so if you guys want to check those out, you can. And thank you again for being so patient with us.
Yeah, and also don't forget about the people in Maui and North Carolina. A lot of people still
North
devastated.
Carolina. Horrible.
Yeah, once again, guys, the links are all down below. And yeah, luckily we're all
right, because we're hearing a lot about the LA, because a lot of the celebrities and these, like I said, a lot of the Pacific Palisades was like the middle working class of the entertainment industry. So a lot of these celebrities and these networks, they're pushing because their workers are the ones who are hurting right now, and if their workers don't have homes, they might have to move away to go live with family in other states, because they can't afford to live in California anymore, because well, their mortgage was lower than what rent is right now, which is another issue. Yeah, it's a big issue right now, is that they're really price gouging on the rents. Because there's thousands of people now who need a house, and they're like, well, hot damn, these are all people that were living in Pacific Palisades. Let's up the rent and make some money. there's also a lot of people who were going to sell their houses in LA and have now pulled them off the market and decided to rent them out because they can make more money. And,
And, the other important thing not to forget about is not everybody that was affected by the fires in Pacific Palisades and the other surrounding cities owned homes. Some of them lived in apartments, and so they're getting no insurance money. They just have to find a new place to live.
yeah, that's really bad too. Like, because to move and starting over costs money. Everything costs money. Everything costs money. And especially California, like in LA, LA's like a doggy dog, people fighting for just a little bits, little scraps. It's scary. So that's what I have said too. Like, if you're in the entertainment industry, but you don't need to live in LA, if you're an influencer, if you do YouTube and you don't need to be in LA, you need to get out. If you don't need to live in the state, don't live in the state. Live in a state where you don't have the income tax, where it is a little bit of cheaper living, and then you can fly in. It's cheaper in the long run and less scary, and you're going to have a better lifestyle. You go down to LA, there's a lot of people, like if you've ever heard Peter Mon or Dustin Daly, a lot of people who didn't live in LA and they go out to LA to visit and they're like, what do you mean this is where all you guys want to move when you make it on YouTube? Hell no. No. It's a tough place, man. And well, Remi and Alisha and all of them were lucky because I don't know about Zane and Heath. I think the Vlog Squad members moved there with less money, but Alisha moved there and bought a house. Remi moved to that apartment. So, it's a little different than like people who go out there to make it and you're barely making it every month type moment, You can't just post 3 Instagrams and, get paid.
Safe. We're very grateful.
Unfortunately, we had to postpone our previous episode. We had the fire situation out here, and a few of us were in evacuation areas. So we wanted to be on guard and vigilant and monitor the Watch Duty app. That's now our most used app.
Yes.
I'm seeing billboards for it now.
Really?
Wow.
When I was just in Pennsylvania, they had Watch Duty billboards.
Oh, no way.
Afford the
Yep.
A
advertising
little late
now.
for that, but it's nice that they're getting ahead of it after, where everybody
Preparing
can keep
other areas. just in
Exactly.
case.
I will say I watched the news 24/7, and at one point they had the Watch Duty founder on there,
Oh, wow.
and he was talking about just like the app in general and how unfortunately,
wanna sit in her
like
lap.
fortunately for him, but unfortunately for everybody else, including him, the app is growing so much because
Yeah.
it is so necessary.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like
Well, the app was designed and it's doing what it was designed for. It's grown, but it's just, at least, he could stand up there and go, this is what I designed it for, and I'm glad that it's doing its job. It's informing people. This is what it was for, an emergency. Like, it's not like it's unfortunate or anything. It's just, this is what it was for. Somebody saw a need and, well, they filled it. It's what they call capitalism.
it's really popular now.
Yeah.
I saw also online that you can pay. It's free. And when you open it up, it does say nonprofit, but you can pay $25 to see where the helicopters are. Like
Oh.
it'll like on the screen to see like where they're going exactly.
My
Interesting.
dad would love
So
that.
it's a way to donate, but you can get something in
I
return.
don't know.
Like
I don't know. I don't know if it says nonprofit, doesn't it, when you open it?
Yeah, but like they still need money to like run.
Run
that.
Oh, okay. Patrick, can you explain to Zane how a nonprofit works?
Yeah, well, actually, I think Zane kind of understands it a bit more than Remi does. But yeah, like it's exactly like Zane said. It's a way to donate money, but they're going to give you something in return for the money you're donating to them. And like he's about to explain right here, that money helps nonprofits run their organization and provide the aid to communities that they provide. Nonprofit just means at the end of the year, they have no profit because what would have been otherwise profit has been given out to communities in aid in some form or another.
Raw. So yeah, they make money and then they disseminate like it's not rocket science.
Or
like
they buy, things that communities need and disseminate it to people.
Right.
Like it's several different types of aid, but they give aid.
Yeah, no one's running off to the bank at the end of the year like, "Wahaha, I made all this funds." Like people get paid wages and stuff, but no one's like building an empire off of it type deal time moment. If that makes sense, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
they
so
have
I was
employees, I'm
thinking
sure.
about that too because they probably weren't used to the amount of users on at one time, so they probably had to like build up the infrastructure as stuff was going on to be able to handle so many people on the site.
It's a great app.
It was.
I mean,
it was notifying you sooner, faster than every news.
Oh my
so
God,
I know that because we were watching the news at the same time. You'd get the notification on Watch Duty, and then you would see it on news like 15, 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
So it was really late.
Do you remember the first time you heard the app Watch Duty?
Where were you?
What?
I do. A couple weeks before, my friend mentioned it to me. She's like, "I got this app. It's called Watch Duty. It's scary. All the fires. I'm constantly getting notifications." And I'm like, really? And then like the fires, I was telling her about the fires, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna check on Watch Duty." And then like I hear all these other people talking about it. It was kind of odd. It's kind of odd, actually.
Where were you
I
when you
worded
heard
that so fucking weird.
Yeah, is that like?
Do
was
we
it an
all
app that-
remember?
No.
She was like, "I actually promoted the app 2 years ago." If you guys,
We actually did
You clearly don't watch my videos. I did a sponsorship. No,
we did a watch.
Wow. What a thing to mention right now, sponsorships.
Did she actually, or are they making a joke? I don't understand.
It is a joke. I think it's a joke because she takes a lot of sponsorships. A lot. She gets a lot of sponsorships to the point where people say she takes sponsorships. She's not really should be because like who in her audience is actually buying that? Who is she actually selling that to? And that's part of been a problem. That's what our friend I call advertising dude.
Right.
Advertising dude. Yeah, that's what he's told us about. Like
And the other thing that's about advertising, like these sponsorships, are these companies really benefiting more money worth than they pay these influencers?
Mm-hmm.
I argue not in most cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the longest time, I mean, there really was no way to, see the return on investment, the ROI, and now they're starting to, like, I've seen some execs were talking about how they are trying to invent software so they can see more analytics on their side because they can't see, who's engaging those types of demographics all the time or like what percentage of the audience converted over to actual customers,
Yeah.
So.
Duty trip to
Oh my
Cancun,
God.
and
Oh
we
my
went to the
God.
Bahamas for Watch Duty.
I meant to I remember the first time I heard someone say, "Oh, you should download Zoom. Like it's really helpful right now." And I was like, "Whoa, I've never heard of that. Weird." And now it's such a normal thing. I felt the same way with Watch Duty because I remember thinking, "Oh, weird. I haven't heard that." And now it's like such a thing.
Got it.
I think I was seeing it on TikTok. I feel like that's where I saw people start to talk about it. And then everyone was like, download Watch Duty. Because it kind of it's more, I'm assuming it's a more recent app, I assume.
I think so. I had every app opened up on all devices. I had the Citizen app, Watch Duty. I had the Ring Neighbors app. I was just working back and forth trying
you
to
have the
track
scanner
this
app?
thing.
The cat on the computer.
Yeah.
I had I want to flex on y'all real quick, but yesterday I think of Watch Duty, the app was starting to say do all their thank yous in Instagram. They DM'd me saying thank you so much for, and I was like, all right, and then I responded back. I'm like, y'all got any campaign budget? I'm kidding.
Yeah, you would. You totally would, right? You totally would be like, "Can I have some money?" Look, yeah, you Remi over here. Remi, you're the one who like fishes for sponsorships. You'll like be like, "I love this product. I love this makeup. I carry around a little thing of it. Oh, I'm gonna go up to the owner at Coachella. Like, they're gonna give me a sponsorship or free product."
Knowing that you guys have done nothing for Watch Duty prior to talking about it on this podcast here. Like, why would you be making a joke about wanting to get funding from them for what you've done when you know darn well you've done nothing until this exact moment that you're filming this?
Exactly. That's entitled.
Oh my God. How polite of them to say thank you,
Wait,
though.
the way you just jinxed it, because if that was to ever happen, we all know Remi would get it over you.
I do have to say, I know we're all friends, obviously.
No.
in
When
real
you
life.
say it like that, it makes
what
us
the
seem
hell
like
is
we're
going
not.
on?
What was that? I know we're all friends, obviously.
When you're waiting for the butt,
I'm sure there's people that watch who are like,
This is her pointing out the Reddit. She like lives over on her snark Reddit to the point where I'm actually think that she might be some of the profiles that posts about her over there. Like, no lie.
I'm sure she is at times.
Yeah, because some of them are just like, and then like too, some of the posts like the upvotes get like inflated, and I know you can buy upvotes over on Reddit. You know, so like if you post your own post and then you upvote it and it looks like a real post, and then you got all these alt accounts, these sock accounts that you go and, you know, comment on. It's kind of like when you see somebody who posted a video 3 or 4 days ago and then they don't really heart or comment back to people, but then like they have a recent comment from like a couple hours prior where they've talked to somebody. And it's how the person said they helped them through a really hard time, and they've hearted it and talked back. But they haven't talked to anybody in the last couple days. That kind of type deal type moment. It's like that.
It's kind of like NBA players that make fake Twitter accounts so that they can say good things about themselves.
Yes, exactly. They do that. Actually, a lot of that industry does that. They're all, like, it's... Like I said, none of this is real. Like, honestly, I'm thinking none of these people are... They're famous, but they're not famous. Like, some people know them, but they're not as famous as they'd like you to believe they are. And Foodie Beauties and Amberlynn are actually famous. I just wonder... It is starting to come out because of the internet, and we're starting to see people even talk about it, like, on the, like, music industry side. But, like, a lot of these numbers are just... They're fake. They're so fake, and... starting to all come up to the surface.
like they're not really friends. Like even Alisha and I still to this day get that, and like that bitch is my maid
That's
of
so
honor.
weird. Zane and I never get that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the way you treat each other, you don't act like real friends. Like,
At least not the way you treat each other on camera.
right, like, you've said some pretty shitty things to Alisha, Remi, and you let her take off, you know, tipsy, running through fields and stuff at music festivals where, you know, shizzle happens and stuff. And to me, that's not a good friend. Like, saying snarky things on camera and, you know, also pointing out certain things about your friends, like Nether Region Health, which I reacted to on my reaction channel. Like, that's not something a friend does. It's not nice. Like, then maybe that's what people mean, Remi. Like, when they say you guys don't really seem like friends. You guys seem like crabs in a bucket.
But you know what? It's because people love to pit women against each other. That's why. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't think we're actually friends. We actually are. But I was reminded just how deep the friendship is because, in all seriousness, I was very close to the fires, and you were my savior. Heath.
You're welcome.
No, I'm not kidding. Heath like actually saved me. And also Zane. Well, also Alisha. Obviously, that goes without saying. Besties. But Zane was checking in on me all the time. He like offered his house so many times to me. Like it really did mean a lot. So thank
was really
all
nice.
of you.
Oh, thank
But
you.
thank you.
I
guys.
honestly didn't know where this was going. I was like,
No, it was really like I was really.
She's just kind of like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Like, yeah. I don't think Alicia's the kind of person that does well with emergencies, just saying, you know.
Really scared.
I knew she was going to be
Freaking
like,
out.
on edge because it was starting to get like close to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like coaching her through it, like keeping her calm.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
could've lost
don't
everything.
panic. Like, just take your time. Like,
The amount of times I texted Heath, should I evacuate? How about now? Hello? Are you good? Are you good? What I also loved is just like you guys would jump in the car. Like as soon as there was a new fire, you guys would go like drive in our area.
Yeah.
They drive over. They're like, it's fine. Because like the news makes it so scary.
Yeah.
It was really scary. And you guys
Because
would
it
always like
is.
calm me down a lot.
And to be
I
fair,
trust you.
Watch Duty, like the map does look scary.
It
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
smaller.
Because it
I
is.
sent
Yeah.
it to my mom, and she's
fire.
like, "Oh, that looks really scary, honey." I was like, and then she actually looked at it. She was like, "Oh, they're making it look a lot scarier than like what it really."
Really?
Yeah, but like, it's probably better to make it look more scary
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that. But I knew you were like freaking out because Danielle, we were so far from it, and Danielle was like, "We need to go."
Yeah.
Like, Danielle was freaking out.
Yeah.
My roommate.
'Cause
So
there were
I was
some
like, "Okay,
people who
let's
didn't
get
get
out of here." But like seeing that your zone was next, I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, Remi, Remi is
Yeah, it was scary.
on
really meant a
the
lot.
edge." Oh.
Cal and I slept in shifts watching the news.
Mariah and I did
No,
too.
I would
I
too
get
if I were you.
it,
Yeah, I
It was
would
just
too.
like you don't know, and like God forbid we missed the warning. And I saw so many people on the news, like specifically Bill Hader for some reason is the one that like really stuck because he was saying how his house was okay, but he was saying in the Palisades it went so quickly from
Yeah.
warning zone to red
Yeah.
they couldn't even get
It'd
out.
be like
So I was
30 minutes,
you
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
even control that. So we were like ready to go.
It was really scary because like there was the ones that were going, but then like ones would pop up, like the one that randomly popped up
Yes.
next to me.
Yeah.
It was just like you were like watching the other fires, not expecting
One to come
now,
so close. Yeah.
That's
Well, the problem too is a lot of that stuff is very, very, very flammable. They weren't taking care of a lot of the dead vegetation on the hill like they used to. They used to have goat armies.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, they had goat armies that were actually supposed to be clearing out all that vegetation above the Hollywood sign and stuff. But I guess when you have people trying to start those, I guess the fire, like that it doesn't matter really. Like, and I don't think they still have come out and said what the Palisades fire was. So yeah, it's very flammable. And then like a lot of those houses too had a lot of trees and debris and things around them. So
to pop up.
Yeah.
But like I know like it happens so quickly, especially like the evacuation stuff, because when I was in Porter Ranch, I didn't have like an app alert me or anything. It was the middle of the night. I think it was like 1 or something in the morning. I woke up to banging on my front door.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Are you leaving? Are you going right now?" I'm like, "Going
That's
where? What are you talking
terrifying.
about?" They were like, "The fire."
you're
I
so
walked outside
lucky
and
you
the
had a neighbor who
whole
did that. Wow.
neighborhood just bright red.
Wow.
That's scary.
That's scary. This is
And if you guys see that
sad.
really bright point there in the middle,
Yeah.
that ember is not that far from them.
No, it's not. That is scary. He's got a really nice neighbor, for knocking on the door. That's funny. The person down the street's got their RV ready to go. They're like, we're packing out, man.
You guys see there how there's all those trees and bushes, and like the Pacific Palisades were all like that or worse.
Yeah.
And so like every house obviously fueled the fire, but also the grounds in between every fire in between every house fueled the fire.
Yeah, and a lot of these newer houses too, like some of them were not built like they were built with flammable like in California you would think there would be more regulations about like building with non-flammable like materials, but there really is not.
Well,
And a lot of these tract homes are just slapped together real fast.
but a lot of these houses in the Palisades were older.
Some
that
of them
would've-
were, yeah.
So that would have been before any kind of regulations,
Yeah.
possibly.
Right, that too. And remember, a lot of this land in that area were all oil fields. It was all oil fields with poor regulations, and they weren't capped up right either. So you got that mess going on. Plus, you don't know what people are keeping in their houses. Like,
True.
yeah, and the whole lithium batteries, ion batteries, all that stuff. Like, I mean, we know people who are in Orange County, and they've come down to their other properties. Ooh la la, I know, those people. But, to their other properties down here in the valley because of the air quality and stuff and how bad it actually is. And then also, too, the other thing they haven't talked about is in Northern California in the Bay Area, about a couple days after this, there was a lithium battery fire at a plant up there. It was like a disposal place. Do you remember that?
Actually, I don't remember that, no.
No, there wasn't a lot about it, but there was a lithium battery fire, and they were saying that was really that was really bad. But because of the fires in LA, it didn't get as much coverage. Actually, let me see if I can actually pull this up over here. Maybe we can watch this. Here, let me push play on this.
And it was like down the street from us, and I was like, literally, like that's how quickly it spreads.
Yeah, it's insane. And I didn't realize how, because obviously we saw like the Palisades neighborhood just completely burnt to the ground, right? But
Yeah.
I couldn't picture of what it looked like as it's going through. And I'm seeing like Ring cameras footage of like moments before the fire just like
Yeah.
came, seeing the wind and how fast
Yeah.
that those embers were going through and just starting different houses on fire.
It red,
I couldn't believe
and
it.
it was
was
like
so
down the street from us, and I was like,
Quiet.
literally, like that's how.
Quiet. I had another window pop up. Hate that. Let's see. There we go.
We begin with the
Quiet. Ah. I lost my window. I have two windows, and I have a second one over here, and then I lost my window, and I'm like, oh, there it is. It was hiding. It was hiding. Okay. Okay, watch this.
dangerous new fallout from the fire that ripped through a lithium-ion
this is in the
battery
Bay Area.
plant in Monterey County earlier this month. And tonight,
And that's where
researchers
they-
are shedding light on the early environmental.
They call this the breadbasket of America because so much produce comes out of this one area in Northern California, like a lot of produce. There's when people talk about driving Northern California and how boring the road is. If you don't take PCH, you take what is that? The 5? Yeah. You take the 5, and there's just all kinds of fields. So yeah. Farmland.
Impact. So we're talking about the Moss Landing plant right off Highway 1. It's also situated right next to the Elkhorn Slough Reserve.
Look, it's right
Hundreds
next to
of
the
acres of
ocean.
marshland
This is
and waterways
bad.
that feed directly into Monterey Bay. So the fire broke out on January 16th, and while the flames didn't spread outside the Vistra Corporation's facility, the results of new soil testing are already raising alarms. Brian Hackney explains.
Yeah, see.
What went up in the Moss Landing plant fire must come down, and it has, in the form of toxic metals littering this, one of California's ecologic jewels, the adjacent Elkhorn Slough.
We have been monitoring the area adjacent to the power plant for many years.
Power plant in the background.
Ivano Aiello is a professor with the Moss Landing Marine Lab.
Why do they do that? Why do they put power plants and stuff in nuclear places and runoffs and places that are like ecologically very like fragile?
If I was to guess, and this is only a guess, they want them near water because of the cooling aspect of water.
Right, but still, it's like, really, man?
Yeah.
Was this a good idea? Probably not.
Lab.
Less than 2 minutes.
His team made an alarming finding after the fire.
That 3 metals that were detected at much higher concentrations.
The metals, nickel, manganese, and cobalt, all would have.
Wow. Wow. Here's what's gonna make this educational, guys. Wow. Well, we got more educational stuff.
And the half-life of cobalt is big. It takes a long time for that stuff to go away.
It does. The half-lives, like just the half-life. They go, oh, the half-life is like 1 billion years. And it's like, that's just how long it takes to get to half of its life. Like, we can't even measure some of this stuff in a full life. We have to go half-life. And then you have to just double it in your head and know that it's large. It's really larger, but it's just too big of a number for us to quantify. It's crazy shit about science.
Been present in the plume of smoke that poured for hours from the plant.
These free metals resulted much higher than previously measured at all sites.
In fact, new measurements within 2 miles of the plant show heavy metal concentrations
Wow.
have spiked.
Some places.
So only within 2 miles of this plant, the ground is already messed up. You kidding me? You're kidding me, right? Like, this was only a few weeks ago. Only in a matter of days, man. They're like, yeah, we're screwed. We're done. We're done, man.
It was a tenfold, some places it was 100-fold, some places were probably even more than that.
The adjacent Elkhorn Slough is booming with life within sight of the plant.
Yeah, we've got a resident population of about 130 sea otters that live in the Elkhorn Slough.
The tourist trade here attracts thousands, and the slough attracts animals both on the surface and underneath that are threatened or endangered here. And it's a no-brainer that heavy metals and biology don't mix.
All three metals are known to be toxic.
A lot of researchers want to understand if there could be any impacts.
Sea Otter Program Manager Jessica Fuji at Monterey Bay Aquarium.
The Monterey Bay Aquarium responds to stranded sea otters, and we haven't seen any increase in that in the surrounding areas where the fire occurred.
And as for you, Dr. Aiello, you're in Moss Landing. What's the most important thing to do now?
The most important thing is to get the science going here, because this.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. That's what happened there. Crazy stuff. I mean, and dear, my cat, he's whining. He wants his midnight. Well, it's not midnight yet, but he wants a snack. Oh, pause game on fleek, yo. Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Seeing it through the Ring
Crazy.
apps, it was crazy.
What did your mom and brother say?
I mean, they were saying to just leave the house, like even
Really?
like because we're pretty far, but because they know how fast
Yeah.
shit catches on fire, and like once your shit's on fire, it's too late. You need to get the fuck out because then
Right.
you don't want to get blocked by other people trying to get out.
Were they like shocked by the wind levels and everything, like just by the fires in general here, or were they like that's pretty standard?
They were obviously like, they're really sad about like the whole situation, but because my mom and brother are both firefighters, I think they were more frustrated with why the city was not prepared.
Yeah.
They were
Exactly.
like straight up, they said
Normally when the Santa Ana winds are going to be like that, they already got people positioned and ready. And that's why people were so upset about it. Is they already are supposed to have people positioned, fire trucks ready to go, making sure everything is ready. And it wasn't. And I'm sure there's going to be a big investigation into that for sure.
Florida this would never happen where they were. Yeah, like everything is in place, everything is prepared.
Wow.
There is water. There's water everywhere to make sure even the worst fires they can.
Yeah.
Obviously, the winds are going to make it worse,
Yeah.
and she knows that. But it's
Just
just
the
very
lack of
confusing.
preparation.
Lack of preparation. She didn't make sense to her.
Also, even Florida has more humidity, so there's more moisture in the air. Like here, we're even more fucked, and we
Yeah.
were still less
Yeah,
prepared.
exactly.
Remi, I'm on
But then
live right
there's so
now.
many different. I feel like there's so many different branches of like
There's a lot of layers that go into
who's
it.
to blame on different like. There's so many different like levels to this.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys saw
there
it, but
is
today
levels, right,
there's the
Zane?
wind advisory again that it's
Yeah.
going to be going until like all through the night into tomorrow.
I haven't even checked the app in like a few days. How is it?
There was another
How much
one.
contained is it, or what's the containment on it?
Containment's
It's
much
like
better.
52% on Palisades right now.
As of now, but like it's still not good. You can check that. Yeah, cool. Keep going, Remi.
That to me, that's still crazy. Like
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
only half containment is wild.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
But yeah, hopefully this, doesn't pop up again with the new winds going on right
That's
now.
why you guys should feel
Containment right now for Palisades is 59%.
We went up.
23,000 acres. It's fucking crazy.
It has that.
Then there was a
Wow.
Griffith fire that just popped up, but it's out now.
Oh wow.
And then Eaton
It's
is
crazy how those little fires.
87%.
Oh good.
But yeah, seeing the community like all come together for like everybody, like
Yeah.
It really
was
does bring
real-
everyone.
What's really crazy is on my other stream how I pointed out that David Murdoch builds track homes in Hawaii, and he builds track homes in California, and he built track homes in an area where there was a fire previously, and then they built track homes later on after the fire, and that he also owns a bunch of land and does research in North Carolina. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So, as of 2 days ago, the Palisades fire was 97% contained. And then the Eaton fire, which was the other really large one that was affecting communities outside of the city of Los Angeles, was 99% contained.
Well, they're making progress. But I mean, like, it just shouldn't have gotten as bad as it did. That was, and we're gonna keep going here. And then I got some things to show you.
It was really good to see.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Rocket Money.
If you are like me,
No. How do I? Where's my thing so we can fast forward through this? I got my screens all jumbled again. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay. There we go. Rocket Money. Whatever. Sponsorships.
who like has it on in the morning or anything. So I wasn't sure. And also like I don't watch them 24/7 normally, but I was like, that's
for sponsoring this podcast. We love you.
I don't watch the news normally. Like I'm not one who like has it on in the morning or anything. So I wasn't sure. And also like I don't watch them 24/7 normally, but I was literally watching 24/7 and it got to midnight and this is when the fire was really close to my house. Midnight, 12:01. Boom. I'm like, I'm locked in. I'm ready to keep watching. I'm like, Cal and I plan our shifts. We're ready. All of a sudden, Friends comes on. I'm like, what? We're not doing.
First of all, that's not the jingle to Friends.
Second, you guys are YouTubers, you're influencers, you're social media people. You had the actual TV on, Remi, like the cable, like not cable, but you had TV on, like Remi. I was streaming like streamers who had the scanner on all night. The scanner. I had streamers, YouTubers, you know what? You know YouTube, Remi. You upload to it. You make a living off of it, okay? I had that going. All night. They had the map. They had the map. They had the scanner, and they even had a 24/7 chopper feed. What do you mean it switched to Friends at midnight and you didn't know what to watch? I'm confused. Are you in the 50s? Did we get in a time machine and go back to the 50s? Is that what happened here? I'm thoroughly confused.
We're not doing the news through the night?
No way.
I swear. Friends came on. And then I looked at like the TV guy and it was like Friends. It's Friends.
Television.
Like the Wendy Williams show. Like it was just like they had schedule. I was like,
shout out to everybody who remembers when they used to have infomercials come on at 1 a.m. or they had that's when the really raunchy ads came on for like, you know, like the hotlines. You remember the hotlines? And it was like, you want to call this hotline? And, you know, someone thought they were calling up some, you know, good looking lady, but it really wasn't, you know, like I knew someone who actually did that. The phone combos for money. Wink, wink, nod, nod, get it. Yeah. She said she made a lot of good money while she was pregnant. She was on bed rest. She said that was how she made a lot of money. And it worked out because her man left her too. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
and they came back on at 6 a.m.
That's
like for 6 hours they weren't showing.
But it kind of
That's
makes
how that works.
No, it makes
sense,
total sense,
but
and I understand.
yes.
Like I get it, but I was like,
But like people
what
are
if the
like,
what if the fire is like?
But
What do you mean you get it? They had their own thing on. Like, What?
But they ended up now, like, I think after that, a few days after that, I think they just started having a live clip playing throughout the night because no one's working, like from 12 to 6 a.m. So they just have it up and no one's talking. It's just like a live footage from the helicopters.
It was so.
Here's the other thing you guys got to be careful when you're watching these news streams is that there is a lot of streams that will just loop footage over and over again to play it through the night. So, like, I mean, just pay attention to that because sometimes it'll make it look like it's live and like, oh my gosh, this fire broke out. The hill is, but it's really not. It's just like old footage from like 4 hours ago. So you pay attention to that. But how? I don't get it.
So funny because I don't have like live TV, like cable.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the news network on my phone and I forget what it was, but it was like MSNBC, whatever like the local news was. And I clicked to go to the live news and it made me watch like a 2-minute ad. I'm like, what? I need to know if I need to like get out right. But
wait, what? What? He doesn't have premium, Patrick.
That's weird.
How do you not have premium? You make money off social media. This is your gig. Do you hear my cat? Yeah. Do you want to go check on him? It's cool. We're just hanging out. I mean, sorry guys, my cat, but he's just. Oh, how do you not have premium? Like, this always bugs me, especially when I see like people who stream and an ad comes up, like, and they make money. It's like, you can pay for premium so we don't have to see an ad. Like, and this I don't get. I mean, if you make money off you, how do you not have premium? I don't understand. I have premium. I don't want to see ads. I don't want to spend time watching ads. It's great. No ads. I don't have to see a Walmart ad. And you guys all know how I feel about Walmart. I don't like Walmart. And let me just tell you, how do you not have premium, man? How does he not have premium? Help me out with this, guys. Plus, I like premium too because not only do you get to watch YouTube without ads, but they give you movies and you get to listen to music. You get to stream music. It's not like, it's like you have like Spotify. You go over to Spotify and play separate. Like, I don't even listen to Spotify. Like, plus Spotify does a lot of, we're going to talk about Spotify. They're the ones who like to jack up the views and stuff, Drake was accusing him of, which, I mean, Drake would know. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but Drake would know. I mean, Drake, he does the payola thing. So yeah, let's get back on track with these people.
I'm watching a commercial. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, is the ad playing over the live?
It's right before. So when you click to play, you have to watch the ad and then it goes to what's
No,
live.
I'm talking about in the middle of a live footage. Like, is the ad playing over live footage? You know when it plays in the middle, like it'll just an ad will just play, and you're like, wait.
I'm not monetized. I don't plan on being monetized. So you guys seeing ads, that ain't my deal. That is Daddy Google. And I have no control over that. Raw.
Am I missing the live, or is it gonna rewind?
Are we talking pre-roll? Are we talking mid-roll?
Right. Yeah. What's the? And they'll throw double ads on that bitch. Fuck. They know people need to watch too, so they're throwing triple ads.
That's like Foodie Beauty, who like puts like a bajillion ads in everything, and so like it's funny, like eventually I wouldn't be surprised if it's like you go a second or two and like there's an ad, like it's like ad ad.
When you said ads, I pictured the ones where like, would you rather this ad or this ad?
I don't either. Do like the survey. Anyway,
and it's like catered to like evacuation kits and shit.
I got another survey from YouTube because they're always giving me surveys like, how do you feel as a creator? And one time They no joke. YouTube gave me a survey. Remember, Patrick, the survey where they asked me how I thought about them, and my choices, I'm not kidding, were lover, friend, sibling, co-worker, or other. And they wanted me to explain the other. And I'm thinking, none. You're a software application. You're an algorithm. You're a company. Like, you're not a person. Why are you trying to anthropomorphize YouTube? It's not a person. It's not a thing. It's not real. It's like an application. It's a company. Like, you can buy stock in it and stuff, but it's not.
Right.
It's not. Crazy.
Just like, come on.
Get the portable charger.
Okay, well, I literally was going crazy because I realized how ill prepared I am for any emergency. I have changed, like, we've upped the security at the house, so like I changed like some side gates and like the front gate and all these things. I didn't know what key went to what. No, guys, my power goes out for 2 days, okay?
Yeah.
I can't use any of the electric features, right?
That's something people don't think about is, like, if you have, like, Google Home or, like, what is Alexis all hooked up and stuff, like, everything that's hooked up to the power, not usable. That's like in a car, you know, where, like, cars are like computers now, so if, like, something malfunctions, it's just like, that's it. You're done.
Right.
You're done. You know, like, that's why I kind of like old-fashioned stuff.
Right? And I'm like, how do I lock up my house? And then I'm like, well, how do I lock it up to where I can get back in? And then I was like, well, normally I always just go through the garage. I never go through the front. So then I was like, okay, but I don't want to leave the gate unlocked because I don't know what key goes to that. So I'm out there trying every damn key I have.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, I was like, I am so stupid. They always say be prepared.
She was probably having a panic attack. Wow. I don't understand how. Wow. Okay. That, especially being in LA and not being prepared, that's scary to me. Okay, wow. Well, at least this could be a learning lesson. Maybe.
My dad, oh my God, he would be so disappointed in me. I'm not even kidding. Like, I felt so dumb because, and my dad also is like, make sure you always have gas in your car, but you never know when you're going to need it. I was on like I was on the fumes, and I was like, damn it, Alisha.
What the? Wow. That's not good. Wow. Wow. Like, God, this is so scary. This is scary. It gives me anxiety. Like, you guys driving while vlogging anxiety. Like, oh.
This whole thing taught me, like, our city would be cooked without, like, electricity. We would be running around with our heads cut off.
The first thing I did, as soon as I heard about the fire, I was like, Bubba, get your car. We're going to the gas station right now. And we just filled up the tanks. I was like, you never know. Like, just have gas on hand.
Right.
And then started packing, like, our Go stuff.
I'm doing the same thing with my Tesla. I'm freaking out. I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking right. We need all the gas, but a Tesla.
Also, too, like, the Tesla's, that big lithium battery in it. Those are very, God, how scary. Like, cars are just flammable in general, but, like, okay, wow. You know, like, you know when they make fun of millennials about how we could never survive? They're thinking of these ones right here. They're thinking of these ones right here. Wow.
You tried. It's like not worth the gas in the car.
Just explodes.
It explodes. Oh my God.
You should have seen Danielle. She was packing her life. I was like, Danielle, where are you planning on putting that? Because we were going to evacuate one car, and we know Danielle cannot drive.
She's putting her mattress up on top of the car, strapping it.
She I'm not gonna lie. She had like 8 suitcases. I'm like, Danielle, where are you putting that? It's like, I was like, I know you plan on driving. I know you don't plan on driving. You planning on driving on the road?
We said pack essentials.
This is the Zane I think is funny. I wish he would do more stuff like that where he's like, Danielle, where are you gonna put that? Like, this is the Zane people think is funny.
She's bringing down a guitar. I'm like, Danielle, we don't need a guitar.
You
She's
need
like,
entertainment.
It's my dad's guitar.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
important.
like Danielle, look at her bags, essentials. Where? I was like, do you have your pass? She's like, oh, I don't have my passport. She's
We're about to be fire refugees. Like, we're about to be homeless. Like, where you know, they could have, you know, stood on the corner with the guitar and actually made some money.
Yeah, you gotta have, you know, means to, you know, build yourself back.
Right. Like, yeah, like they could have just stood on the corner. Like,
Grabbing essential oils. I need them.
I need them.
I also didn't know where my passport was. And then
You know, it's funny thinking about the guitar. Kind of reminds me of the guys on the Titanic still playing their instruments while the ship goes down.
yeah, she didn't like get it yet. Like, oh. And Alisha, how did you not know where your passport was? In like the vlog prior to the fires, she was cleaning her house and was showing her passport and how she found it in like a bag and like was like, oh, there's where my passport is. And I'm thinking, you don't have one. Maybe it's because, like, okay, I've actually, you know, not had a home before and everything. So, like, maybe it's because I've had to condense my life down like that. And but like, how do you not know where your passport's at in your house? Yeah. How do you not have all that stuff in one spot so you could just, you know, like, backpack out? Like, you know, pack out if you need to, you know? Like, I don't I don't get it.
then I was like trying to find my hard drive.
Did you find it?
I found it.
Okay,
but
good.
then I'm like, I know I had a drawer with like important papers in a safe spot.
I hate when that happens.
I'm like, this is the time I should go get them, right? Right. I open it and I find some stuff that's like not important. My social security card is just right there. And I was like, I didn't even know where that was. I had no idea.
You let the fire steal your identity.
I was just like, let me like be prepared. I still feel dumb.
When we evacuated, we were.
Well, I mean, at least you have this lesson so you can prepare yourself so you're not. And then, like, you can just think about, like, okay, I had this happen. What else can I do to, like, prepare myself, you know? Like, yeah, like, it's just like anything, like, you know, you just start, and that's part of getting older as well. As you get older, you start thinking about, like, things like that and preparing, and I don't know, maybe because I'm disabled and I have a lot of chronic health issues, for those of you who don't know, and I have back pain, and so, like, I know about having to prepare for stuff and think about those things.
You're also older than every one of them.
Right, but, like, not that much older. Like, I'm not, like, 20 years older than them.
That's true.
Yeah, like...
4 years.
4, yeah. It's not even a full decade.
Yeah.
I know, I'm old.
Remember the night that we left? We came back the next day, and in my garage, and I look up, I'm like, oh, I had a big thing of stacked papers wrapped in my, like a file, like a big thing that said, do not throw away, very important. And it's my whole life in documents from like the past 10 years that like super important, but I love that.
No, but like, no,
just
like
so bad.
Bad.
That's so bad. So, yeah. I have AirPods in and they're about to die. So, we've been on here for an hour and a half. So, where are we at here? What time? 24 minutes in. We didn't get very far, but that's okay because we can do a part 2. We can do that. You know, now that I got the sound figured out and all that, we can do that. Wow, pause game on fleek, yo. Plus, I got a lot of other things to talk about. So, like, we can do that. So maybe I'll set up a stream tomorrow morning-ish and I can get on here with some coffee and we can finish up or do some more of the stream because, like I said, there's some more things we need to talk about. And so maybe this will just give our little girls a primer of what's to come and they can watch it when they come home from the Grammys.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So, yeah. Let's move Alisha off the screen here. Go away. So, yeah. We're going to end on that. And I think, yeah, we'll say our goodbyes. And I'm going to just some parting words of wisdom for Remi and Alisha going to the Grammys tomorrow. Don't go to any after parties. Don't go to the Chateau Marmont. And being famous is trading your soul away. And as we go along, we're going to find out more. So I love you guys. Be safe out there. Use your critical thinking skills. And yeah, you got any parting words?
Come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow. I love you guys. And we'll see ya.